today we decided to do something, very different. And this is Daz.
Hi guys! Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
I'm here with D3.
It's me, and of course, shout out to Papa Doc, who is
D2.
in the background doing what he's supposed to do as always.
Thanks for the likes and follows and comments as always. We appreciate you guys for the eye to eye. We're trying to inspire. So eye to eye stands for inspired to influence. So again, keep your comments coming. Keep your suggestions. Anything that we can use to make us better, to find things that will make all of us all together better. We definitely welcome them. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So today we decided to do something in terms of the recent event that just hit our beloved country. An earthquake happened.
So
and
sad.
What does it remind you of? Like 2010.
2010. Exactly 2010. As a matter of fact, I hear this one was 7.2, which makes it harder than 2010. And 2010 we lost about almost 300,000 people. And
this one we lost 250.
No, I just read that the toll went up to like about 700 deaths. Over 1,800 injured. So the death toll is still counting, it's still coming up. And it was crazy. I was actually here at my sister's house. And I don't know what we were doing. I think we were just talking. I was working. And she's talking, maybe doing her hair, and we're having a chat on the dining room table. And she was like, "Did you not hear?" I was like, "Hear what?" She was like, "There's an earthquake in Haiti." I was like, "What?" It must have been like 8 something in the morning, almost 9 o'clock. We're having this conversation. I'm like, "What? What's my phone? Let me check." Because I'm like, if something like that's happening, somebody's sending me a note.
Right.
And when I check, it's like, whoa.
Yep.
There's an earthquake saying that it hit multiple cities, multiple regions of Haiti. And at that point, I'm like, what's Facebook? What's this? Did CNN say anything? I always check to see.
You sure because of CNN or because of somebody else?
Right. So once I saw that they did say it, and I'm in a group chat, and people were saying like, oh my gosh, I was running out with no clothes and everything. We just heard a shaking, but they weren't sure what was going on. So I immediately hit my WhatsApp and started hitting everybody up. Hey, I heard this happened in Haiti. Are you guys okay?
Right.
Let me know what's going on. And
right.
You just automatically check with your family, even though
they're not
said it was
near them or something.
Right.
Still, I hit up everyone that I knew. And
right. I heard it was in Jeremy and Lekai, but the people I was hitting up was like in Port-au-Prince.
Right.
And so it's like, I know people from Jeremy. I don't have family from Jeremy. So I called them up to be like, hey, are your people is okay? Because I heard Jeremy got hit hard. And remember we had that Hurricane Matthew back in 2016?
Yes.
I was like, if they get hit one more time, that side of town is just not going to be
done. That's it. So I'm just like, it's bad. I was actually getting ready to go to a memorial service. And like literally I don't know what happened. Something popped up on my phone and I'm like, what is this? And all I see is rubbles. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm like, well, where is that? And then they just said, Haiti just got hit by an earthquake. And I was like, wait, what? I go up to my brother like, yo, Haiti. He's like, what? I'm like, Haiti, like got hit by an earthquake. And he's just like, what? I'm like, yo, it's so crazy because it's like we think about, we're looking at this and it's just like, we just got over, it's just been a month since our president just,
like we can't catch a break.
We can't catch a break. It's just been a month since our president got assassinated, and now we have to go through, an earthquake and stuff. And then I think the first picture of someone I saw getting help was this little boy. It was this little boy stretched out on like a little.
Was that the little boy that was going for his communion? No, I don't think he's
I don't think so. He had like these little red shorts on, these little sneakers, and it just hit me, and it's just like, wow, like back home is really no break. Like these kids, these people are not getting. Oh my God, Lord,
and this is the thing that was killing me, right? Because I was saying that Doctors Without Borders was just in Haiti, and because of all the kidnappings and unrestfulness that was happening in the country, they decided to leave. And then now I'm like, we had all these doctors that just left the country, and now you have all these injured without enough people trained to be able to help them, adequately. And I was like, wow. This is the kind of stuff that sometimes is very upsetting when you think about Haiti. With all this money that you hear is being embezzled, people are doing wrong with the money, and you're looking at it like, had they invested that kind of money into training for like natural disasters like that, like you'd have a better response team readily available to come and help out. Like the president was supposedly, they paid about $40 million to kill him. And like, somebody had $40 million and you want to waste it on one person? Do you know what $40 million could have just done for the country, period?
For the country, right.
You could have opened up a couple of schools, even start building up a hospital, like so much you could have done. Electricity could have been on. Roads, safety, training, intelligence. For $40 million, so much could have been done. And you wasted it on one person. One person. So I mean, you could find that money to do that, but you can't think to do something wiser with the money. So things like that is very upsetting because you're sitting here like, we help out. It's like, this is the story of Haiti. Hey, I need some help. You help them out. Boom, you turn around, it's another issue. Help them. Like, you're going to start getting drained. Because there's issues after issues after issues happening. And you're seeing like, I just dried my eyes the other day for the president. Now it's shedding all over again because you're seeing those visuals.
Right, churches and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, these are not pieces of woods falling off on these people. They are bricks.
True.
Like bricks. You see them trying to pull somebody. Right? There was this one video of this guy said, come on, somebody's still alive under there. Pull him out, pull him out. And then you sit and you're like, I'm wondering if they're going to damage this person more because now you have untrained people trying to pull this person out. And the limbs are already falling apart. So they don't know how to carefully tender to that to pull them out properly. I was like, Jesus. But at the same time, another thing that was a little bit sour for me was seeing all these people recording. Right? They're just recording everything. You're like, can we help out those people instead of recording? You know? I mean, we want to see the visuals true, but then at the same time, it's like, come on, let's prioritize too.
Right.
So it feels really bad that if you're not there in person to see what you can help. Did you hear Boulos drop a statement about helping in this disaster? He's going to send a lot of materials that they need, medical supplies, all of that. And I was like, wait, the earthquake happened like what? Maybe around 8 something. By noon, the video dropped. I wish I could play the video right now so you could hear. And I'm sitting here like, why you didn't say nothing when the president died? Why you didn't come on the live to say, hey, this is very sad, a sad day for us all, or some BS. Give us something. You said nothing. It was days before you tweeted, I had nothing to do with it. But then there was this earthquake, like, let's get the help that the people need. Let's boom, boom, boom. Let's do this, da, 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 da. We gotta, and I was like, what?
It's the cover.
Yeah. Right? Some people are actually saying that this, my special effect team back there, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Listen, on live everything happens, okay? You get the raw cut version, okay?
It's unclean, no editing, no nothing. My sister just came from church, so she came home just singing praise the Lord.
Well, come here and let us, tell us what you think about, the earthquake.
Come on, we're talking about the
what
earthquake.
What you think about the earthquake?
I'm sorry because I'm not Haitian.
Oh my God, it's bad.
That would be bad. That would be bad to
I don't
happen.
want to talk about that.
But yeah, everybody.
That's devil thing. I don't want to talk about that.
I think that's exactly what they are saying about Haiti. Like, this is a cursed country. Like, it's impossible to keep getting knocked out over and over again. Like, why are you specifically a target?
But speaking of that, there was a person that also posted something about you know, Haiti, like where Haiti is located geographically, like there's a fault line that, you know, specific, like, you know, the way it runs, like when those fault lines, like, what is it, when those plates like trying to like hit each other, it's going to shake. Yeah, it's going to shake. So where Haiti is it's placed specifically, it causes that, you know, they get, you know, earthquakes and stuff more often.
That would make sense because I actually heard the same for New York. Not the same for New York, but because New York sits on the tectonic plates, they could build as many buildings as they want. The city will never go under. That's how solid the tectonic plates are from where they're at. So I'm like, oh, there's, you know, a lot of geographical underlying things that's going on with the earth. We are not scientists or archaeologists or geologists, so I don't know. I just go to my dear friend Google. Hey Google. To get some info, but something has to make sense because why else would the place keep getting hit? Didn't you say that they're about to have another hurricane? As a matter of fact,
yeah,
it is hurricane season.
Yeah, it's already forming over and it's going towards the Caribbean islands and it's called Grace. Well, Grace, live up to your name and give some grace, okay? Just basically like look the other way or do something else because I feel like with, you know, Cuba, Haiti, like, you know, those like areas, like they just, let's just give them
a little island friends. Oh, you know what? I heard what's the name of that senator? There was a senator, a government official that actually passed on the earthquake. His name is Jean Gabriel. Did you hear of him? Jean Gabriel, I have to look him up.
Oh wait, my dad spoke about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad spoke about him. He tells me my dad is like my other news person.
News anchor. Okay.
Yeah, he was holding a conference and the building fell. Was that the same person? There was a guy that he was actually spoke on the president's death the last time, and then basically said a comment that, you know, basically the president has been released from his, you know, like the people that were holding him or whatever, he's been released. That was the comment he made of the death. And then he was holding a conference in Okai, and then his building, in his own hotel, in the building collapsed.
Oh yeah, that I don't know. They found a lot of people from there. I just remember seeing a video saying the hotel just collapsed and all these people are inside. At that point, I was like, I can't watch this stuff anymore right now.
It's not easy.
That's just too much.
And it goes back to the Miami one. You know, that building that collapsed. And I remember there was a guy. They called him to go get his help, and it so happened that one of the person he pulled out was his son out of the rubble. So I think of things like this, and then imagine like a person, like the father is alive and everything, and then they go and help out because that's the house or whatever, and then you pulling your child out, you pulling your wife out, you pulling your. I don't know how.
Thank God you were around. I mean, I'm imagining what if there's a person there that made it through Gudu and has to go through that again. Like I'm picturing like, oh my gosh,
you
like the 20, they went through the first earthquake and then now they have to go through another one. At this point, it's like, mentally, how stable would a person like that be without thinking like, am I cursed? Is something after me? Is the devil after me? Hopefully they'll be strong to be like, the devil is a liar, I'm still alive, God spared me so many times, what's one more time? But I'm just imagining, like, there's some things in life you just can't afford to go through it twice.
You can.
And an earthquake would have to be one of them. I was up here in New Jersey, and a while back, I want to say maybe 2008, 2009, we actually had an earthquake. But it was very mild, but I felt the place shook, and I'm telling everybody, did you guys feel that? And they were looking at me like I was delusional. I'm like, nobody felt that? I felt a little woozy. And then later on, it was reported in the news that there was an earthquake. It was a small aftershock or something like that. But then I was like, she said she was in the bathroom when that happened. So I was like, you know what? I don't know how I would feel for 7.2 in magnitude, and that was small. Like it wasn't even. I don't even think it was like a 3 point something, and you felt it. So at 7 point, game over. And these bricks falling in my head, like, I mean, a little rock hit me, I'd be like, ow, imagine a big old brick. You know, I would be so dramatic, like, I wouldn't even make it out.
Yeah.
But, anyways, this is sad. We know that there's a lot of organizations that's already looking for ways to help the people of Haiti. So we're going to ask all the diasporas and everybody else to get together again, because we don't have a choice but to help our brothers and sisters out, because it's very unfortunate, and we have our peoples out there that's still going through, and we're not in it. So you can only imagine, right? So if you are in a position where you can actually help out, definitely do so. As we know, when somebody goes through a tragedy, somebody else benefits from it. That's just a given. But still, that shouldn't make you stop your due diligence and trying to help out. Because we know a lot of people, like, when they do this GoFundMe, they pocket people's money that's supposed to help. The last time we had the earthquake, was it Red Cross? It was a couple of people that was supposed to be out there building houses, and they never did, and they took all that money.
The money and everything. Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen this time around, if we're gonna have more eyes to help out. Like, if the money's coming to help the people, please actually help the people, because at this point they've been trying to resuscitate, if you want to use that word.
And it's coming from the Haitians themselves.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Do not donate to Red Cross to support the island. Like,
they're
that's
specifically saying that.
Specifically telling you, like, please don't do that. Like, they don't believe that they're helping. And
hi, Samaya Lee. Okay, welcome.
Hi, welcome.
I just.
But yeah, they don't want. What is it? What is it? Phone calls and Hope for Haiti. I think those are two that they would rather help them out versus like Red Cross and everything like that, because those two actually did their best to help Haiti in the 2010 earthquake.
Right. I mean, the thing is, if you have an organization that's trying to help out, of course they have their administrative section that they have to help or pay their people to get things done. But some of the fundings have been really steep in not meeting the needs of the people. So I don't know how we can rebuild Haiti again, because every time we're trying, it feels like it keeps going deeper and deeper backward. And we're looking for justice. We need security. We need roads. We need electricity. We definitely need education, but the people, as long as, I guess right now they could eat and have a place where they could lay their heads on, that's a good start. So we're definitely telling everybody or asking anybody if you know an organization that have places. I think there was a couple of flyers. We'll try to post some of those too, where you can go to actually donate. I know New York has a couple of places that they're asking people. There's some sections in Haiti too that says, hey, if you're there, you need help, definitely reach out. If you need a doctor, reach out. And those are all free services. Free services. You don't have to worry about paying for them or anything like that. And you know what's bad too? Like, it's almost this new school season, and then now you have this drama. It's like, at what point do you really start over? I'm like, I'll put this behind me. I'm gonna put on the whole new armor of God, put on the breastplate of faith, and then move forward. And then it's like, boom, where you think you're going? Oh my God! And then there's supposed to be a tsunami too.
Oh Jesus! Wait.
Because the water receded. Yes. There was this guy recording the water. We're looking at him like, why would you go to the water to record? Don't you see if the water is going that far back? That means he's just pulling back to come at full force forward. So I hope that's not the case, but they did show you that the water just pulled out. Maybe even the water's like, oh, I'm out. I don't know. It's just like, don't make me laugh. I mean, it's just like, like you just see the people just running for their lives. Like, Haiti has been a non-stop movie.
Yeah. It's a non-stop bad. This is, what is it, Fast and Furious? With all the seasons, like at this point, it's just been 2010, 26. Wait, what is it? Ever since what?
We'll go from 2010.
No, ever since before that. What we have before this time with slavery? Ever since every time, it's always something.
Always something. We're always on everybody's news, and the bad part is it's never good news. That's my problem. That's my problem. And we want to say shout out to Naomi too. Naomi said, whatever. Even the guy we did before, what's his name? Kodak Black?
Yeah. Africa thing. Shout out to Cuba for that.
Haitian
US
2014 is in the house.
So. I was saying, well, the U.S. people, the white people.
It's not the Asalos.
No,
you.
No, the U.S. people, the live Haiti, okay?
They made it out okay. Hi, Anderson Cooper.
Escotandi. You Anderson Cooper.
I'm telling you.
She never mentions the name without Anderson, no? Oh, Jesus.
If they say CNN, I just know Anderson. That's it. CNN, Anderson, that's it.
So, but we really...
I'm lost for words at this point. Like, you cannot catch a break. People are like so tired. They don't even want to watch. You know how before when you hear something, you just want to Google it to start looking at images, pictures, get more info and everything. Some people are so over it, like they don't even want to watch anything because it's bringing them all the way back to 2010, and that has a bad stigma, right? And they're not recuperated from that yet, and then to have to hit this up and have to see all these images replay all over again. So it's traumatizing at this point, and it's like, I'm tired too.
CEO said, keep the Haitian accent going. No kon bagay yo, o kon ne Haitian native natal o kon pa.
Oh, somebody said for you to keep that Haitian accent going. You saw that? Keep that Haitian accent going.
Yeah, like, ma boy créole là. Qui j'en veux, l'école noir avec l'école bleue.
Mbat konte multilinguiste. Wow. I want to hear the Creole blanc.
The Creole blanc. Creole blanc,
Oh, tu. Di pa parler Creole noir, di parler Creole blanc.
Oh gosh. Shout out to your CEO, so thank you.
So join us live. Next time you need to be on the live with us. How about that? We will check you in to join in with us because we would love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear what you have to say about this earthquake. How is it affecting you? Did any of your family members get affected down there? And what's your game plan to help out as a diaspora, the people of Haiti?
Yep. So, I think that's it for them.
Yeah, that's basically it for them. But that's not just for him. I would love to hear from everybody else. Like, in what ways do you feel like you can help at this point? I know we've asked for help before, and it's nonstop. But Haiti's not the kind of country where you can just help once and leave it alone. It has to be an ongoing process because I don't know, at the level that they are at is really so. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not at the point where they can still stand alone at that point. But if the diasporas are willing to help and the Haitian people themselves are willing to accept that kind of help from us, then I think we could make a strong team. But until that time happens, whatever it is that we are doing, it cannot be a one-time thing. You know how they say teach a man how to fish? I mean, if you give him a fish, you'll feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to throw that net himself, he'll feed for a lifetime. Haiti's not even at that position where you could give him that net. You still have to keep feeding them, and then at some point, eventually, be like, okay, let's go out to the sea and let me show you the net, how we do it. Right. So I think you guys need to be a little bit more patient. We definitely have had a lot of negative press, especially with the assassination of Jovenel. And then this happens while we don't even have a president in the country. The people who killed him, do you guys feel bad enough?
Why?
Because now we have a natural disaster and we got nobody, no protocol, nothing to know what's the next step. Why? Because you just wanted to get rid of a guy that you couldn't wait until February. His deal was finishing in February. And I hear too that they pushed back the whole election until November.
Yeah.
I'm like, at this point, y'all don't even need to elect nobody.
It's just incomplete chaos at this point.
And send me my card. I'll apply for my card for a while so I could go vote in Haiti.
What?
And then I'd bring in my card. Même pas voter. I'm gonna do my diaspora job. So anyways, oh look, more people are in the house. Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Shout out to La Bellini. Hello, thank you so much for coming in.
How can Eye2iPod help? Eye2iPod can help by, definitely sharing this podcast that we are saying we need help. We want to help our fellow Haitians. At this point, we have to clean up shop. I know you could look at the house like the house is so dirty and so bad, like at this point, just let the house go. But once you let it go, somebody else is only gonna scoop it up and clean it up and make it stand so nice and neat that you're gonna wish you never had let it go. So if it could look that bad and somebody still wants it, that means there's still value in the house.
Right.
We need to be smart and be like, you know what? The house is still valuable. Why don't we get together and find out a person you got? Oh, I'm going to let me help. Oh, I'm going to let me help. Oh, you know what? I'm an electrical engineer. I got you. So that's the only way you find the people who know their part. The problem is, like how they say, too many chefs in the kitchen. Everybody wants to do the same thing. You don't have to do that one thing for you to count. They always give the whole body as the whole example that the head. Parts, yeah, you need different parts for it to move. The head could be the head, but if my hand's not coaxing it, I mean, you know, that's the hand doing that job though, right? But it's the head. So you need all of the parts, all of the members to actually do their part. So if what you're good at is actually collecting stuff, then do it and do it well.
Edu said Haiti needs to take it back to how we got independence and stop playing around with it.
Woo! Yes, girlfriend. Yo le petit desaline yo parla avec nous. Petit desaline yo, si nous parla pour nous dire grenadier à l'assaut. Ça qui mourit ça fait yo.
Linda Jules, thank you for coming in.
Yes, hi Linda. The number 26 is perfect. I love it.
Oh my God.
So yes, it's true. It's true because we had it at some point. That's how come we were able to be free. So for some reason, we got boycotted a lot and we couldn't maintain that because we can't trade, we can't free trade with other nations. So we got handicapped. But the whole point is we had it at one point. So if you had it before, you can reclaim it again. So if Haitians really get together and be like, you know what? We did not want to put up with this kind of stuff before. There's no reason why we should right now, especially when we have more Haitians that have splurged out in different parts of the world that knows different stuff because they've been to all those major developed countries. So we each can bring something back home. It's not just the Americans. You got friends. You got, Haitians are in Germany, chilling. The Haitians are in China. I'm like, that's the only nation, I swear to you, is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Africa. I met a Haitian in Tanzania. That's from Tanzania. Yeah. Wow. Hello, Carmen San Diego. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Miss Grenada, welcome.
Okay. All right. So next, first of all, shout out to everyone that are in. But we definitely want a lot is interactive.
Yeah.
So, Bano opinion, some pensées, questions qu'on gagne, so that way
we can discuss it more. But right now, we just want to make sure that you are going out and checking up on your families. Hopefully, everybody's families is okay. And then the next thing is to see how you can help them because I know there's an earthquake, but I want to bet you if you're trying to wire some money right now, somebody's going to be available to pick it up. Right? Oh, y'all did not get breakdown from the earthquake. For some reason, financial stuff tend to stand still when there's a disaster issue. You're toujours là. So don't be afraid if you can financially fund something to try and do it. I hope this will bring out more organizations to become a bigger conglomerate, where everybody just put together and just decide to do one big trip and go and help out. It's stuff like this that makes me wish that maybe I should have been like a nurse or a doctor and be like, let me
just go and help.
Yeah, just take a couple of pulses, even if you're just doing psychology work with them, because I'm like, that's one of the problems. Every time we go through these kind of things, we never have the psychological help that I think a lot of us need to do with the trauma. So that's gonna keep going, and you're feeding off of that, or you keep, I don't know, you're just not properly healed because you're not speaking things out. Like maybe people don't know what you're really going through mentally or physically. You could be fatigued, and mentally you're not even here. So I feel like we definitely need more people in this domain to help out the Haitian people, but we're not going into Haiti to do that. So I don't know if maybe somebody could do a virtual one where you could let the people mentally refresh themselves or mentally vent out or let out. And see how that can help, because the stuff is traumatizing. Me, the juvenile thing, I still cannot fathom it, because I'm still in my head like, how in your own house you're the main tête de l'homme, you calling to your securities and nobody shows up? I'm your boss. How nobody come out? So, you know, so I'm like, that alone is traumatizing, because it makes me feel like the country is weak. The country is very weak. Their security system is very weak. Their intelligence system is very weak. The fact that we could get together with other countries, just hire someone that here's a few bucks, do this for me. And then these people were just chilling in my homeland for months, and I'm not even aware of it. Why is nobody reporting that we have foreigners sitting in my land, whether they have a contract or not? I'm supposed to know this kind of stuff. If it was your house, I showed up. Wouldn't you want to know why I'm here?
And it's like
Even
that
if I'm
with
here for
every
a
other,
friend.
it's like that with other countries too. You think anybody that comes in and out of the United States doesn't know. Of course they know. And they know exactly where to go get someone if they need to go get them, period.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing, but that's because, you know, we can be developed in that way, but we're more so focused on other things. And, you know, like, and because of that, we never get the chance to, you know, get developed in the areas we're supposed to. That's going to help us, you know, get ahead and as far as as a country, period. Because when you have people that's trying to get ahead, somebody brings them back.
Exactly.
So that's the unfortunate.
That's the unfortunate predicament that we're in. I mean, there's other things going on right now that we can't even really enjoy. Like, a lot of Haitians made it out to the Tokyo Olympics.
Yes.
But it's like, okay, now we have to focus on
the earthquake. We can't enjoy it because now it's an earthquake. And Lord knows with this great hurricane that's coming, Lord knows with the tsunami that's coming. It's just like,
be very careful out there. If you don't have to be out in the streets and you are in Haiti, don't be out in the streets, because at any moment, you know, there could be an aftershock. At any moment, another one can strike again, because we don't know where that one came from. The 2010 one, they were actually saying that was man-made. I felt like I kind of wanted to believe that. So then now they're saying the same thing for this one, that this is a distraction from the assassination. So now you'll be too focused on here to be like, let's figure out who killed the president, because it's like common sense. Logically, we should be focusing on, like, if this is a fake one, like, that's, to me, that's even more sick. Like, you would rather put more people in danger just to avoid being found out about. You know, you use more people's lives at stake for a cover-up than to be, I don't know, detected or revealed. I'm like, that's insane. So we're just gonna let it be that it was a natural disaster, it's an act of God, and it's very unfortunate that it happened in the land of Haiti again. And again and again and again and again, Haiti will always stand, because they are that kind of a resilient people. So hopefully this time they will be smarter, right? Because if you keep going through the same thing again, at this point, you want to ally with some strong people. Bump that. Like, I keep falling into the same hole, and I see you not falling into that hole. It's not for me to clutch to you. What are you doing differently that you're not falling into this hole?
What do I need to learn from?
Exactly. So the gangsters in Haiti, that's not the time to go out and try killing folks and doing it. No. We need to clean up shop. All that needs to stop. All that needs to stop. It's sickening. And look what we have right now. If Haiti wasn't a scary place to go to, a lot of people would have just been pouring in to try and help out. So when you act like that, you keep people away, that when you have issues like that rise up, nobody wants to come and help.
Right.
These are the reasons why we say we have to get it together. Not for anything else, but if you have that good relationship with other people, when you are in need, people will gladly come to you. But if I think I come, you're going to kidnap me or ask for money for ransom, I'm not coming. So this is to those gangs out there that's, you know, scaring people of, like, stop it. Stop it. Tell these rich people you don't want to work for them anymore, because everybody's dying. That's it. The little money that they're giving you is only going to feed you for 2 days, and then what?
And then you have to kill to keep getting more. You have to kidnap to keep getting more.
Yeah.
It's like it's something you're never going to be able to feed. So, like,
It's a vicious cycle. It's never going to end. I mean, mercenaries, that's how they get paid. They hear that the money's good. They don't need to know. They just want to get paid. But I don't know how is that a fulfilling life to always be on the run, always be because at some point somebody's going to drop the ball on you because you're a killer. You decide to take the money.
Karma's real. It comes back. Everything you do comes back. I sure don't either. Like she tried to knock a couple times. I said, "Hips, it's your twelve basata."
Right. Oh yeah, But anyways, Naomi, win this tournament this week for us, please.
We're counting on you.
Always rep. All these other Haitian celebrities, thank you. Did White Glove say anything? Did you hear?
Not anything. I didn't hear from him. He usually says a lot, but he's been really quietly.
He's been really quiet. Well, because when there was the issue in Haiti, his organization was the first one they kicked out. Was it Yele? I forgot the name of his organization. Yeah. So, but when Haiti do wrong to you, you just want to cut off sometimes. You just don't want to have nothing to do with the people. Because when they do you wrong, they do you wrong. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I wonder if Hillary's gonna say something to Hillary Clinton.
Oh, somebody said.
That's her beloved country.
Somebody said "fuck Clef."
Oh. Pardon the French.
I'm sorry, I'm giving it raw. It's on live.
Wow, who said that?
Yo, like Munsa que na soti Clef get.
Oh, like who said wow. Oh guys, thank you so much for joining in. This is our time actually. This is our time. So as usual, drop your comments. See, this was very interactive. I enjoyed it. But drop your comments, drop your thoughts, suggestions so that we can hear your thoughts and see what's going on, and then we'll catch you in the next episode of Eye to Eye. Okay. All right, D1 and D3 signing off. Thank you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Peace and love.